Right, Lily and Alfie, I'm going to read you another story. It's this one here. The Bumble Bear.
I just said that.
Once there was a bear called Norman who loved honey. He really, really, really loved honey, and he was always sad when it ran out, when he'd eaten it all.
Yeah, category.
But getting hold of more honey was always a little bit tricky. If only I could be a bee, he sighed. I could have as much honey as I liked. And then Norman had a fantastic idea. Bing!
That's amazing.
That's him having an idea. Wonder what his idea was, Lily. I wonder.
It's brilliant, not
Anyway.
fantastic.
It was an ordinary morning at bee school. Yeah, they got a school for bees. Yeah, that's all the bees at school. Hello, bees, said the queen who was in charge. We've got a new bee at school today. Ooh, a new bee. Ooh, said the little bees. Everyone say hello to Norman. Norman doesn't look like a bee, does he?
No. He looks like a meeting.
Hello, said Norman. Ooh, said the little bees. Ooh, said the little bees when they looked at Norman. Aren't you a bit big to be a bee? Asked Amelia, who was quite a clever little bee. I'm a special bee, said Norman. I come from a land far, far away called Giant Bee Land. Said Amelia. But then it was time for lessons. I don't think she really believed him. It's Amelia. I don't think she believed him. Anyway, this was Norman's
school planner.
Of all the activities he was going to do.
Bee school daily planner. Name Norman. They begin the day with some painting. Then Norman joined in with buzzing practice.
Your hair's in the way.
Oh well. Before everyone settled down for a nap. Buzz, 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 buzz. The bee showed him all sorts of games during playtime, and Norman was brilliant at waggly dancing. And then it was time to go home. Bee school is amazing, thought Norman. He couldn't wait to come back the next day.
Yeah, he enjoyed his first day at school. The next morning was even better. Norman was very good at finding smelly flowers. The bees really liked him. He was so funny and friendly, and he always tried his best, even during the flying lessons. I don't think a bear's going to be able to fly, do you? Not like a bee anyway. Anyway, after lunch, the bees learned how to chase away anyone who came after their honey, like spiders, or like mice, or like toads, or like bears. They learned to chase bears away. Amelia still felt there was something a little bit odd about Norman. She couldn't work it out what it was. See, that's Amelia. That's Norman. He's massive. All the other bees are little bit. There's something not quite right about him. Amelia knows. She's figured it out. Amelia's figured it out. There's a book about bears, and bears steal honey. Amelia told the other bears.
Steal honey, smell bad, roars lots.
Amelia told the other bears what she had found out, but they didn't believe her. He's not a bee, said Amelia, and I can prove it. I can prove it.
Can you?
She took Norman to the bees, to the secret honey store. Well, when he saw all that honey, what do you think Norman did? He just couldn't help himself. He just couldn't help it. Honey, I love honey. I love honey. I love honey, said Norman. Oh, he did. After all, That was his favourite thing. Honey was his favourite thing. You see, Norman isn't a bee. He's a bear, said Amelia. What the jiggins? Gasped all the little bees. What the jiggins? Said Norman, stuffing his fat face with all the honey that he'd just seen. He was asked to leave the bee school at once. Can you leave this bee school? Go home. Go back to your own place, bear. You don't belong here at the bee school. Norman wasn't very happy. He had no honey and he'd just been kicked out of school. With Norman gone, things were very quiet at school. Norman was such a funny bee, sighed all the other bees. Norman was such a busy bee, sighed Amelia. Norman was a naughty bear, said the Queen, and bee school is no place for bears. But later that night, the bees heard a loud crash and a roar. Oh no, they cried. It's a bear! Again.
It's Norman. Duh. No,
And this bear was big and he was nasty and trampled all over bee school. It grabbed the hive and started to shake it because he wanted all the honey there was. That's not Norman, is it? That's a different bear. The bees tumbled out in a panic. They tried to chase the bee away, but it was just no good. The bear was too big and too bad. But then, guess who was coming round the corner? And he saw what was going on. A fearsome, buzzing beast burst through the trees. It was Norman, dressed like a bee, and he was not too happy. Eek! Squealed the giant bear. It's a giant bee! And it ran away as fast as it could because Norman was chasing it. The bear was scared because this bee was much bigger than normal bees. The bees were saved by Norman. Norman was their hero. Well done, Norman. They gave him a big pot of honey and the Queen presented him with a special award. You definitely aren't a bee, said the Queen, but you are no ordinary bear. You are, I think, a bumble bear. Hooray! Well done, Norman. You're a hero. Hooray! And bumble bears were definitely allowed to go back to school. Or, should I say, to bee school. And Norman was very, very happy. I hope you like that one. I'm going to do another one. A minute. Oh, where's that drink gone? Where's that drink? Oh, it's gone. Bye-bye. Say goodbye, Elena.